Hello again. Right now I'm going to show you how to do the trick Play It Again Triumph. It's a really cool trick. It does require a setup though. You need the ace through king of any suit, doesn't really matter. So yeah, how you have it is you have it king on the bottom of the deck and then ace on the top. So it'd be ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. all the way down to king on the top of the deck. So the setup looks like that. Ace through king. And what you want to do is you want to have any one of these clubs. Any one of them, doesn't matter. You usually choose from somewhere in the middle. So let's just use a 7 of clubs for an example. And you put it on the top of the deck. This is the card that you're going to be forcing on them. See, 7 is on the top, and then there's the ace. So you start off the trick and do some shuffles just to make sure not to mess up the top 12 cards, 13 or whatever, how many there are. You can do some false cuts. Just make sure you don't disturb the order on the top of the deck, because if you do, you're kind of screwed. So what you do is you do a riffle force. So you just take or do a cut. Say, okay, I'm going to riffle down the side of the pack. You tell me when to stop, whenever you like, and then just riffle down. And then whenever they say stop, you say okay, and then you just cut to the top, and then you give them this card, which is the card that you're forcing on them. Riffle force is really easy to do. All you do is this: is you cut a certain amount of cards to the bottom, like this. Do a swing cut, and then you place the cards on top, but you keep, I don't know if you can see that, there you go, a pinky break right where you cut the cards. So 7 is right there, and you keep the pinky break right there, and then you riffle down the pack just like that. And what you want to do is you want to have them kind of say stop before you get to where your break is, but if they don't, just try to make it look as natural as possible. But if they do cut or say stop before you get to your break, you just riffle down. They say stop right here. What you do, instead of breaking off where they stop, you break off right where your break is. So you riffle down, and then you're really right there. But instead of doing that, you break off the bottom part. So I'll show you guys one more time. You riffle down, say stop right there, and then you give them the card that you're forcing. So there you go. Hope you guys understood what I was trying to tell you. And you give them the card, they can hold it, and then what you say you're going to do is you're going to make 4 different piles of four roughly equal piles. They don't have to be equal, but what you want to do is get the first pile to be 12 cards exactly. So the best way to do that is kind of count off 3 at a time, just like that. And usually just talk to them, say, okay, so I'm going to make some piles of, hopefully they'll be equal, but I can't guarantee anything. And while you're saying that, you get the 12 cards, and what I like to do is to make sure that I count the right amount of cards. Peek at the bottom card, make sure that the king of clubs, or the king of whatever suit you're remembering, or you're using, is on the bottom of the pack, because that is necessary for the trick. So then you kind of just look at it, kind of square it up a little bit, put it right here, say, okay, the first pack is going to go face down, and the rest of the packs, doesn't really matter how big they are. I just like to count off a few cards like this, say, okay, I hope they're equal. If they're not, oh well. But and then you say, okay, the second pack's going to be face up, and then you can just break this one in half or so. Say the third packet's going to go face down, and the last packet's going to go face up. So that's your setup. So this packet is all that one suit that you're using, that you set up at the beginning of the trick. So what you do is you take the second packet, you tell them, okay, I'm going to shuffle up the packets now to make one equal deck and mix up the deck even more. And so you shuffle. What you want to do is have this packet with the king, with the full suit of cards on there, to be the first one down, like that, and then shuffle, and you want the ace to be on the top. So you shuffle like that, so it's completely mixed up, but all those are all the card that you're remembering. Then you flip it over. Don't worry about flashing this, they won't suspect anything. They'll be like, okay, well, there's the king of clubs, whatever. Then you shuffle the next 2 packets, and again you want this packet, the bigger one with the clubs in it to be the first one down, like that. And then you want the king to be on top again. You shuffle it, then you flip it over one more time. And then you take the final 2 pack and you shuffle. But this is the part you have to be careful. You want this packet, the last packet, to be the first one down, and the last one on top. So it looks like that. It's going to be a kind of an awkward shuffle, but you want to have the clubs in the middle, and you want to have the small packet on the top and on the bottom. Okay? So then you square it up, flip it over one more time, and say, okay, well, let's just snap my fingers or flick the deck, wave my hand, whatever you want. Then you say, the deck is going to reveal to me what your card is. You can say by flipping over one complete suit, or flipping over the card. I usually say it's going to reveal to me what your card is. And then you slide it, or fan it out, whatever. And you're like, oh, there's the ace, 2, the 3, 4, 5, 6, the 8, the 9, the 10, the jack, the queen, and the king of clubs. So that must mean that your card is a 7 of clubs. And then you flip it over and they're, oh, the 5, I missed the 5. And they flip over their card and the 7 of clubs, and I'm like, what? How'd you do that? So it's a really cool trick. I love doing it. Just a hassle when you have to do the setup and everything. So yeah, that was Play Again Triumph. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.